Good morning, dear aspirants. Today we are discussing must-read articles of 30th December 2024, right? And I will also discuss few probable questions for prelims 2025 in between. So please, let's run through the quick scan of today's newspaper. In the front page, I've chosen this article, Humpies Win Caps India's 2024 Chess Dominance. So why I have chosen this article? This can be used for essay examples, like a lot of essays come about women, about how, nature versus nurture, So Humpy is, Koneru Humpy is an Arjuna awardee as well as a Padma Shri. So she was nurtured by her father, who himself was a Dronacharya awardee, right? So you can read about it. It can also be used in GS paper 1, society, role of women, where you are supposed to use newer examples and not just the cliche examples of PV Sindhu and Saina Nehwal. Let's move to another article. Now this article, after weeks on the run, tiger Zenith from Odisha tranquilized and caged in Bengal. Nothing much is important, only prelims related information, which is Zenith was running away from the Simlipal Tiger Reserve from Odisha. So Simlipal Tiger Reserve is in Odisha. Zenith was relocated from 𝙪𝙁𝙁 Andhari Tiger Reserve in Maharashtra to Simlipal. So 𝙪𝙁𝙁 Andhari is in Maharashtra, Simlipal is in Odisha. Only this much. And also how the forest officials are tracking her. Radio collar on the neck of the tigers are used for locating the tigers. That much. Only prelims related information. Let's come to the directly 5th page. Yeah, now I've chosen this article. Kodagu imposes prohibitory orders amid tensions over temple dress code dispute. Now this article is not an important issue for exam, but I have used it as a GS4 ethics case study point. So for example, when I am discussing answers with my students, they face issues. Ma'am, इस case study में हम क्या point लिख सकते हैं? इसमें हमें क्या करना चाहिए? So the district administration in Kodagu has imposed prohibitory orders under section 163 of Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita. So you are to dissipate tension between the two communities. So these kind of case studies always come, and you can use these points in your case studies, right? And now there is a small article. Again, only prelims related information. Sabri Mala Temple, the Ayyappa temple at Sabri Mala, will reopen for the Makar Vilakku festival. So Makar Vilakku festival is celebrated in Sabri Mala. Remember this factual point. Sometimes match the following things comes in prelims paper. Let's move to the next page. So this article, One Nation, One Election and Representative Democracy. So let me tell you, the entire article is not important for you. It is very critical of a lot of our democratic process. But when representative democracy has come in the mains question, some challenges can be mentioned. What are still the challenges that can be done better with? So we can quote Jayaprakash Narayan's critique in India Debates about Representative Democracy. Jayaprakash Narayan, in his seminal work, A Play for Reconstruction of Indian Polity, offered a deep critique where he has talked about risk of minority governments, multi-party systems, and which becomes unstable and unrepresentative, demagoguery and populism, and political parties using half-truths, empty promises, right? So these are some challenges of democratic process that we need to counter and work upon. What is representative democracy? The editor has tried to explain it here, right? But only this much is required. Now this Korean drama, again, the entire article is not important. Very little of this article is important. What is happening? The president of South Korea is being impeached, right? So here we can just look at it as a comparison of Indian constitution with that of the world. Here the country in context is South Korea. And you can read how the South Korean president is being impeached. The crux of the dispute was a 9-member constitutional court. So in South Korea's constitution, president will be stripped of powers as soon as they are impeached in parliament. But to remove them from office, at least 6 judges in the constitutional court should rule in favor of the impeachment. So this is not the case with India, right? So some certain comparison will help. Let's come to the next page. Not opinion is not so important. Yeah. Now again, this article is really important. It's about judiciary's accountability. The challenge of holding judges accountable. It comes under GS paper 2. Structure, organization and functioning of judiciary, separation of power and everything, right? So this article talks about the review mechanism for judges in India requires proved misbehavior or incapacity to be decided by a committee. The committee will be set up under the Judges Inquiry Act 1968, and the committee will act like a trial court. Okay, and it is only made, it's set in motion only after a successful attempt to impeach the judge is moved either in the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. So impeachment of president is discussed, and you have to look at the articles which are mentioned here, right? Article 124 clause 4, 124 clause 5 is for the Supreme Court, are for the Supreme Court judges. Then Article 217, 218 of the Constitution of India for the High Court judges. So these are important articles. Please look at it, and this will be useful in prelims and mains both, right? So read the gist also, right? So so don't read that kind of factual details in which judge was removed and which was then, where was the issue. Read the constitution, relation of constitution with it, right? The articles, again I am saying, like Article 124 clause 5 discuss with the finding guilt, and the second 124 clause 4 describes the impeachment which is governed within the jurisdiction of parliament. That's it. Now this article is more important from prelims point of view, but can also be mentioned in mains. From Gemini to Llama, how AI, artificial intelligence titans shape the industry. This comes under GS paper 3, science and technology. Awareness in the fields of IT, artificial intelligence is very important these days. So you should know these things, like Microsoft has brought OpenAI, Google has brought Gemini, Meta has brought Llama, Apple is also using its neural engine. So it's supposed to read just the basic highlighted part in the series. Bring it down. Yeah, so Meta's Llama and Mistral AI, IBM's Watson X, French AI company Mistral, all these companies should know who are working very aggressively in the AI part. Okay, let's move to the next part. Now this article is also very not important from mains point of view, but what recently 2 days back we read about how China is building a very big dam and water project on Brahmaputra river. So India is also trying to make a project which will control the risk that will be given by the China. So Siang project to help avert floods if China releases excess water. So this will come under GS2, India and its neighborhood relations. So if question comes between India and China, China's attempt to build the dam and India's attempt to control it through Siang project will be important. Now this article here, our Honorable Prime Minister is doing Man Ki Baat, and this few of the quotes, few of the statements can be used in conclusion, because next year Constitution will complete 75 years. So PM says the Constitution is our guiding light, our guide, and he has requested people to visit a special website named constitution75.com. And so these points can be used if there is a question about Constitution. It can be used in the conclusion statements. Also, there is Mr. Modi has announced that the World Audio Visual Entertainment Summit (WAVES) would be organized in India. India will be hub of global content creation. And he has also talked about a Tamil teaching program which was started in Fiji with the support of Government of India. So India promoting Indian languages in different countries, example of that. Then he also talked about Kalahandi, Odisha, where a FPO, Farmers Producer Organization, Kisan Utpad Sangh, started using modern technology in farming. So Modi ji has quoted these things, and it can be useful in respective questions. This is again a basic PM internship scheme. As a UPSC aspirant, this comes under GS2 paper of government policies and interventions for development of various sectors. So you should know what is PM internship scheme. It aims to provide internship opportunities to 1 crore youth in the top 500 companies over 5 years. Interns will be paid financial assistance of 5,000 per month, of which 4,500 will be disbursed by union government, right? And 500 by the companies as per CSR, right? So this article is also done. And here you can read about the orange alert for avalanche issued in Chamoli. Now this comes under GS paper 3 disaster management, but can also be used in prelims because there are 4 kind of weather alerts, right? Orange, yellow, red and green. So read about what are these and it can come in the prelims match the questions. The next article. Not this page is not important. Now, science and technology question, this big article has come on all eyes on PSLV C60 mission as ISRO looks to end 2024 on a high, right? So, PSLV C60 flight is scheduled for December 30. The rocket will carry 2 satellites, SDX-01 dubbed Chaser, SDX-02 dubbed Target, which weighs 220 kg each. It will be launched in low Earth orbit, dock and then undock. But the entire article is too technical for a lot of you to understand. So I will suggest to skip it. In the coming days, it will be explained in simpler words. So we will, UPSC aspirants do not need to dig very deep, right? So we will use simple terms from the coming articles, right? Now this, what is happening here, oil companies backtracking on renewables. So when the question will come about climate change policies and how everybody is participating in it, there are few challenges. So these 2 points can come under in challenges. And major European energy companies who were supposed to backtrack but are doubling on oil and gas in 2024 because they are feeling that they are lacking in profit. And the other issue is that Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022 is also stopping them to go full blown out on the clean energy policies. And US, as we know, has always been climate skeptical. So US companies are gaining huge profits. European companies are buying from it, and now they are also going backwards in the climate policies. So these are challenges that our climate conference policies are facing. So I think that's it for today's articles. Thank you.